Welcome, ghouls, ghosts, and mere mortals to the Hidden Creek Manor. Now, this episode, we're going to be unboxing this giant 13-foot Jack Skellington Animatronic from Home Depot. Now, we pre-ordered this and it came in over the summer, and since then I've been like a kid just waiting for Christmas morning, just staring at this boxed present, just wanting to open it. Well, today is Christmas morning.
Merry Christmas!
Or at least it's an early October day, but we're going to get this thing unboxed. So let's get straight to it.
Alright, so first thing we need to do is get this thing unboxed. Alright, so now that we got the box open, we're just going to lay all the parts on the ground and make sure that everything is in the box that's supposed to be there. At this point, we have pretty much everything unboxed. Everything looks to be in good shape. The last couple items to unbox are the electronics and the head. And here is Jack's outfit. And one thing I did not know when we bought this was that the head actually comes with two different sets of eyes. You have angry eyes and you have happy eyes. So depending on what mood you're going for, you can switch out the eyes if you want an angry Jack or a happy Jack.
Do we want angry or happy?
Happy!
Okay, happy it is.
And we decided, since this is an area where trick-or-treaters will be passing, that we are going to use the Happy Jack. And now we do have every single item unboxed. Nothing looks to be broken. Everything looks to be in good shape. So now it's time to start taking off all the foam pieces and undo the zip ties. And first thing we're going to do is get that base set up. Now, just like with many other animatronics that we've set up in the past, and I'm assuming is kind of a general thing, is the first thing you'll want to do is put the shoes on. And then once you get the shoes on, then you can start to put the holes in that will actually be Jack's legs. Now, we've put together quite a few animatronics over the years, and surprisingly, Jack was pretty easy to set up. I was a little bit concerned with him being so tall and having quite a few moving parts, especially in his head, that there'd be some additional setup required, but that was not the case. In fact, I don't know if it's because we have more experience now or not, but the first time putting together Jack was actually easier than our first time putting together our 12-foot skeleton. Just follow the instructions, pay attention to the stickers, and you should be good to go. And anytime there's electronic pieces, just be sure that you connect those and just don't miss out on those, because if you miss one, it's going to keep it from working. So be sure to connect them, and be sure to tighten them as well, because they do pop apart pretty easily. So you want to make sure that they're nice and tight and not going to come loose at any time. want to keep your box handy after you unbox everything. What we did is we took all the trash, put it to the side, and the reason you're going to keep your box around is it's 13 feet tall. You're not really going to be able to reach him and do everything you need to do to assemble him from the ground. So you can use the box as a way to kind of lean him, so that way you're still able to work and do what needs to be done without having to use a ladder. So now that we've got his legs on, it's time to put his outfit on.
Hello.
So after a quick dance break, we went ahead and put those pant legs over those metal pieces with the foam, and then once again, be sure to connect those electronics. Now, one thing that you want to be careful of as you're putting the pants on is to make sure the wires don't get stuck somewhere kind of like halfway up in his leg. Make sure that you can pull it down so you can properly connect it and tighten it at the base. And then after getting his pants over the legs, then it's time to basically start putting together his hips. And then after installing the hips, it's time to put the torso on. So after getting his torso on, once again, more electronics, more wires to plug in. Just don't forget, keep plugging them in, keep tightening them. So now that we've installed the torso, it's time to put his arms on. And once again, this is all pretty straightforward. You just find the piece that's labeled properly and then just snap it in. And it all fits together quite nicely. And then there is a hole in the back for the hook where you can use that wire to make sure that he stands upright, doesn't lean forward. This was not as bad as I thought it would be. The 12-foot skeleton from Home Depot often gives us a lot of trouble when we're putting that hook on with the wire, but this one did not. It was pretty simple. And now it's time to put his bow tie on, which is also hooked up to the electronics. The bow tie lights up, so just be sure that when you put it in place, you plug in those wires and make sure that it's nice and connected. Getting further along, it's all starting to come together now. At this point, we put the hands on, and then just make sure to pull that sleeve over any of the metal parts so that way they don't show and everything looks natural.
Hi guys.
Yeah, go for it.
Stop. Subscribe to Hidden Creek Manor.
Subscribe. Say, give us a
that like button, turn on notifications, give me a huge thumbs up. Sorry guys, I said that late in the show. Why?
All right.
Did you just want to see Michael's hidden cricket Manor? Don't see his shirt. I'm looking. I want to see your shirt, Michael.
Sure.
Yeah. You should just. It should have just said subscribe to Hidden Creek Manor.
So now that all the electronics have been connected, the clothing has been set up, now it's time for the head. And the head just slides into place. There's a little nut that you can use to then tighten it to make sure that it doesn't go anywhere, it doesn't fall off. Now, one thing we forgot to do was put his neck on. So there's that little kind of neck piece that hides that hole, or his skeletal part of his neck, if you will. So we had to take that back off and then slide that on, and then do it again. And then you also want to run that wire through that neck as well to make sure that it can connect to everything. And this is the big one. This is the one that controls his head, which turns from side to side. Mouth opens and closes. He sings. So you really want to make sure that you get this one connected in. And now we've got the head on. The electronics are connected. We'll go ahead and close everything up. And then it's time to set Jack up. Which he's not. I don't think he's as heavy as the 12-foot skeleton. I mean, I guess I could look online and see what the weight is for him and for the skeleton, but he didn't seem too heavy. So we set him up, and let's take a look at the final results.
What I do, I am the best, for my talents are renowned far and wide. When it comes to surprises in the moonlit night, I excel without ever even trying. With the slightest little effort of my ghost-like charm, I have seen grown men give out a shriek. With the wave of my hand in a well-placed bow, I have swept the very bravest off their feet.
You're really cool.
Alright guys, that's going to do it for this episode. I hope everyone enjoyed it. That Jack Skellington Animatronic is awesome. It's so much better in person. So if you guys get a chance, might want to check one out. But until next time, happy haunting.
Congratulations. You made it to the end of the video. As a reward for sticking around, you may now watch one of these two videos. The choice is yours, but choose wisely.